In my early years of pro-life activism, I used to comment on all of Planned Parenthood's posts, calling them out on their crap and correcting all their misinformation and responding to everyone's comments. And it did not take long for me to get blocked, which was kind of exciting. It was a little bit of a badge of honor that Planned Parenthood hated me enough to block me. But anyways, their content was just not on my feed anymore. And so I used a different account to go and see what they've been up to. But I would like to start by saying, I kind of think it's a good idea to block Planned Parenthood, especially if you are a parent with children who are on social media, because they shouldn't get to have access to your children. They shouldn't get to make their creepy, perverted posts and spread it all across social media for your children to find and be targeted by, because that's what Planned Parenthood does, is they target children to groom them, to lie to them, to make them feel like abortion is normal and Planned Parenthood is their best friend. The reality is that Planned Parenthood is an evil, disgusting organization that preys on children and murders millions of people every single year, and your children should be protected from them. But here are just a couple of posts that Planned Parenthood has made recently. I ignored some of the overtly gross ones because I just didn't really want to spend time talking about it. But they have lots of different areas of content. I wanted to focus on the ones regarding abortion. This one is particularly concerning because I don't fully understand the point of it, although I do. Their point is to lie and manipulate and make people feel like abortion is no big deal. But here it is. Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster, the Jersey Devil, late-term abortions. What do all of these things have in common? They're all myths. But are they? No, because late-term abortion absolutely exists. So I don't even understand what point they're trying to make, because there are several states, including the one I live in, including New York, that have late-term abortion, which means you can go and have an abortion all the way up to birth, and in some states, even after, which is infanticide. But the point of this post is to make it seem like these crazy pro-lifers who are talking about late-term abortion, that doesn't exist. That's as crazy as the Loch Ness Monster. No one's killing babies all the way up to birth. They don't want you to know that that's happening because they know that's harder to make appealing, right? I think we could all agree that ending the life of a baby right before birth feels a little wrong for even somebody who is pro-abortion. And so they have to change the definition of everything. And they have done this time and time again. They have changed definitions. They have edited their website as times change and people become more aware of what abortion is. And this is just proof of that. Changing the definition when they realize that late-term abortion has a bad connotation, as it should. This next post is interesting because, at face value, you don't necessarily disagree with it. I don't want children is a valid reason to deliberately be childless. That may be fine. You should not be ashamed of your ability to choose. And here's where things get a little sticky. If you don't want children, that is much different than killing the children you already have. Saying, I don't want kids is not the same thing as having an abortion. An abortion is you have a child. You have brought a baby into this world that exists, that is unique, that is precious. An abortion ends that life. I have seen so many posts on TikTok and Instagram of people saying, I loved my baby, but it was just the wrong time. And so I just couldn't have a child right now. You already did. You do have a child. You have a dead child. That's what abortion does, is it creates mothers to dead children, fathers to dead children. And so this post is trying to make it sound like abortion gets you out of that. Abortion can make you childless if you don't ever want to have children. If you don't want to have children, then don't have sex. If you don't want to have children, then prevent pregnancy. And if you get pregnant, because sometimes that's what happens when you have sex, then you're responsible for that life and do not have the right to end it. The next thing is gender is a social construct. No, it's not. Not scientifically, and this is a very new concept, but Planned Parenthood is all about it. Why? Because it confuses your children. Children that are confused about their gender, children that have gender dysphoria, they see posts like this and think, oh, I can trust Planned Parenthood, I can go into Planned Parenthood, and that's what Planned Parenthood wants. They want to create this odd bond with your child, to affirm any thought that they may have, to feed in to maybe a serious issue of somebody struggling with their identity, and they profit off of it. They're not there to truly support your child, to love them, to be honest, to speak truth into them. No, they want to sell them gender blocking hormones or an abortion. That's their priority, and that is the reason they post things like this. The next one is just ridiculous. A few months ago, I talked about this book that somebody wrote about abortion to read to your children at night. And I said that no children really wants to sit there and learn about abortion as they're trying to fall asleep. You can't convince me that any baby is going to grow up and be like, oh, can you read me the abortion book? I love that one. No, they want to read the bear hunt book and I Love You to the Moon and the cute, sweet, beautiful stories. And yet there's this graphic that says, break the stigma on educating youth in care on sexual and reproductive health. And it's a picture of a mom reading a book to her child that says, all kids deserve access to sex and reproductive health education. I'm not saying don't teach your kids about sex. You actually should. They shouldn't be learning about sex from Planned Parenthood. They should be learning it from their parents. But I know for a fact what this means is teach your kids that abortion is normal. Tell them at 9, 10, 11, and 12 that abortion is healthcare. Abortion is normal. No child needs that. Why are we intentionally lying to children? We all know that abortion is not normal. Even the people who go through abortions know that there is something significant about it. There's something heartbreaking about it. But it is not until the lies and the misinformation of Planned Parenthood and the abortion industry come in that people start to think, maybe it's okay. It's not. Abortion is never okay, and no child should be targeted and made to believe that abortion is normal and okay. But here's the thing. If your kid who doesn't really know what abortion is scrolling through and sees this post, what do they think? Oh, this is a topic for children. This is something that I should learn about. Let me go to Planned Parenthood and see what they're talking about. This seems like a really important topic for me to have an understanding of. And then they're going to see this next post that says abortion is healthcare. Oh, well, I know that healthcare is good because healthcare protects people. Healthcare makes people feel better. And so if abortion is healthcare, that must mean that abortion is good and normal. And that's what they want. Children need to be taught that abortion is evil, that abortion ends the life of an innocent human being. And here's the thing. When a child is taught what abortion is in honesty, they're absolutely shocked. And they should be. And the innocence of a child should tell us something. That when we hear about abortion, we should be appalled. And when we are adults and hear about abortion, when we're talking about abortion, we should be appalled. While Planned Parenthood continues to try to normalize this topic, we need to continue to stigmatize it. Abortion is not normal. Abortion is not healthcare. Abortion is the ending of an innocent human life, and that is always something that we should have a very clear line on. It is always wrong. There is no area or reason or justification that makes abortion okay, and that is what children should be taught.